Hey, let's get started. This is James speaking. You're watching another what was this, live webcast? I don't know what episode we're doing of our weekly Wednesdays live call-in. These are sessions where I usually blab about stuff. Well, not blab, I kind of talk about some of the stuff that's been going on in the world of training sites, membership sites, online education, building out all of those services and sites for people who want to teach stuff online. So these are pretty ad hoc sessions. If there are any questions, make sure to ask them in the chat, or if you're watching it after the fact, put them in the comments. I'll make sure to ask them or to answer them. What I did want to do today is actually, I've got a lot that I've prepared for this. Whether or not we get into it and how much detail, I'm not quite sure yet. But what I wanted to spend time on today, and I hope you stick around for this, is there's a whole bunch of stuff happening in AI that I think is really important, not only for the short term, but for the long term. And what am I talking about? Right now, when I checked yesterday, there was 3,900 different AI tools available. 3,900 AI tools. So if you hear people talking about ChatGPT as the be all and end all, ChatGPT is just one of 3,900 tools that are available today. So I think there's a huge problem with AI right now. And it's like the Wild West, the early days of what's going on when something new gets introduced and breaks in and makes a big change. So this is going to be very, very interesting in the next short period of time. I think in the next couple months. Well, there's going to be tools for everything. And then what's going to happen is I think we're going to see consolidation or, for lack of a better word, monopolization of some of the main features that people are looking for from AI or from ChatGPT and these large language model tools that are all being put together. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, how this all fits together. And the idea that I wanted to share with you today is that it's a huge, huge, huge problem, this whole AI stuff, in terms of the choices that are available. There's too many choices. There's hundreds of new tools coming out a day. So if you're creating a training site, you've got a membership site, you're kind of figuring out, what should I be doing? Where should I spend my time? Which tool should I use? It's impossible. It's impossible to keep up. So what are you supposed to do? How can you handle it when there's too many choices available? And more importantly, do you even have to worry about AI tools? That's a question specifically for people who might have been online for quite a bit longer or longer than some other people. I still run into people, as an example. I'm just going to check on another screen here. I run into people on an example that are not using regular tools that we take for granted now, like online calendars, for example, or things on the website that are old school that don't get done anymore just because times have changed. They've decided not to keep up with the latest technology. And is this going to be something that you can continue to do with AI tools or artificial intelligence tools? So it's going to be a huge problem. Then I think, in the big picture, you have to be all in on AI tools and AI. It's not going away. It's not going to disappear. It's going to happen, and it's going to be absolutely huge, more so than it is today. And it's fundamentally going to change what happens to us online. I was listening to another speaker who was talking about. What were they talking about? They were talking about kind of the waves or the big disruptors in all of the things that have happened online. And you know, when you think about it, there were things like, for example, the smartphone came along and changed the way that we consume online data. And there's been different kind of technologies that get introduced, and the speed at which they get introduced is changing, but also the changes that it makes to us as consumers of online information uh, speeds up. So if I give you an example, things like, just the web just making itself available, it took years for it to be adopted, and it took years for it to mature. Now, if you take a look at, for example, mobile phones or smartphones, something that came along, disrupted the market completely, a physical device that allowed us also to quickly be able to surf or be online, as well as be able to make calls, a personal communication device. If you take a look at the number of years that that technology was adopted, it was far quicker than just basic stuff on the internet and having a website as an example. So big disruption with mobile devices. The time that it made the disruption in, remarkably short compared to the original one. And I think AI tools right now are that next big disruptor. And the part that is really hard to get our heads around is how quickly this is happening. What took 4 years with just the web coming along, and took 2 years, for example, with a smartphone coming along, now it's taking 6 months, 9 months, and it's dramatically changing everything that we do, not only as consumers of content, but creators of content. So this is a real exciting time in terms of disruptions, and it's going to be very difficult for the people who are aware of the disruptions and working in it. Is going to be as hard for them as it is for the people that go, oh, I don't care about it. I'm not going to waste my time with that AI stuff. I want to be personal. I don't want to talk to a computer. I don't want to be involved in that. I think you're doing yourself a big disservice in the long run. And the part that's scary, I think, if you are going to disregard this whole issue with AI tools, is you're going to be left behind even quicker than you were before. And if you don't get on this, you're in some serious, serious trouble financially and in business wise. And I was just thinking of a disruption just to show you how quickly this is happening. I can't remember, like it was last year, or I don't even know when ChatGPT came out of or made it into the public. I know it'd been working on for a number of years. If I'm not mistaken, this whole thing with large language models, the underpinnings of AI was actually a university, Canadian university, I think it was UT. There was people who had studied and put this together, and that's what ChatGPT is based on. But it came into the public a couple months, it kind of took on, right? And ChatGPT is just a prompt-driven response to our prompts, as an example. And if you take a look over the last 6 months, how quickly this has been adopted, how quickly people are talking about it, there's already been a disruption to ChatGPT. And if you haven't heard of Agent GPT or Auto GPT, what we're having now is we're actually having AI tools that are integrating or automating AI tools. And we'll look at a couple of those today if we get time. That would be kind of interesting. There's some that you have to actually install on your desktop to get them to work. And there's one that I did find that was actually, like ChatGPT, but it was basically an agent of ChatGPT prompts that would be able to go and complete tasks for you. So not only is it, creating content, editing videos, the tools, ChatGPT, all of the stuff that it does, it's actually nesting them or combining prompts and tools together to have specific outcomes for you. So that's actually, if you think about it, that's actually a disruption of the original ChatGPT. And it didn't take a couple years for this kind of stuff to happen. It took a couple months. So who knows where this is going to be in 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? No idea. And when I'm building training sites, just to bring this kind of where I wanted to go today, is if I'm building training sites, or we're building a membership site, or we're creating a community, or we're gamifying a training spot, or we're setting up brand new online courses or creating online courses, there was a whole bunch of things that we had to do manually, and still do some manually, but it took time, energy, effort, manpower, people, or women power or girl power. It took actual hours of creating that content or putting these things together. And what these ChatGPT did is it streamlined or removed some of the manual work, and it allows it to be done far quicker. And we started off with ChatGPT tools, or specifically ChatGPT, which was kind of the grandfather of these. And you have to learn how to use it properly to get the most out of it. And a couple months ago, you heard the term prompt engineering come up, which is that whole idea of being able to organize the prompt that you're giving ChatGPT so that you get an output that is appropriate for what you want. And the more specific you can be with the prompt, the better the answer is that you're going to get out. So people are talking about prompt engineering and learning how to organize or create prompts that got the outcomes that you want. So when you're building courses, the chat GPT was there, the information was there. The hard part was trying to figure out what prompts can I give that are actually going to make it easy for people to or for ChatGPT to give me the answer that I wanted. So that's kind of where the spot is now. We're looking, we use ChatGPT, we play around with it all the time. I'll go take a look at our account and I'll show you how we do some stuff with creating the online courses. So it's there, but if I go and take a look or I check my TikTok feed or my emails, every single day there's more AI tools coming out. So what's the difference between an AI tool and ChatGPT, and why should I really care? And it all comes back to, in our case, creating membership sites or creating courses or marketing those courses. So if I take a look at what I needed to do, if I was, let's say, for example, just creating a course. If I wanted to create a course, and again, this is just random kind of things that have to be done, is you've got to think of the title of the course. You have to figure out a syllabus of the course. You have to research and organize all the lessons. You might have to do some test sales for making sure that the course is saleable. If you're trying to sell it, you may want to do keyword research or question and answer surveys to find out what it is that people are wanting to actually be involved in. You actually have to write the content. You may have to script the content. You may have to put together PowerPoint presentations to do it. You may have to record the PowerPoint presentations and edit the PowerPoint presentations. You may want to create social media prompts for marketing it. You may want to write emails to do an email launch series, an onboarding series for your membership site, training series for your membership sites. There's a whole package of all of these things that have to be done, and ChatGPT absolutely can help you with that. But you have to be really good at prompt engineering and putting this all together. So that's where AI tools come into place. What AI tools, and what I'm referring to AI tools is they take specific areas or specific tasks that we were normally learning how to prompt engineer for ChatGPT. They remove the need for prompting in some respects. And when they remove the need for prompting, what they're doing is allowing us to take a slice of our work and specifically have an AI tool for that slice. So you can have an AI tool for just writing emails. You can have an AI tool for just writing marketing messages. You can have an AI tool for creating a syllabus. You can have an AI tool for doing research as to what are the different topics that I should have within my course. What are the different ways that I should describe my course? What is the value proposition of my course? These are all, or can be, individual tools that can be used to put it all together for your course or membership site. Or you can learn how to use ChatGPT to try and do it by doing these prompt engineering good prompts. So just to give you an idea, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a browser here, and we'll see if we can get one here. I've got a whole bunch of windows that are available to us, and I'll just make sure that we can get the browser here in the right place so that we can see it in a way that makes sense. There we go. So I started bookmarking them just so that you can see it, and I'll open up one just to give you an idea. This is the one that I looked at yesterday, and this URL, this one here, is called there'sanaIforthat.com. So let's take a look at this. Right now, I'm looking at, I think it's May 3rd, somewhere on May 3rd, we've got 3,868 AIs for 1,000 different tasks. updated daily, sponsored by visual interface for ChatGPT. So just think about that for an example. Instead of figuring out how to do a prompt to get the output that you want from ChatGPT, right now there's 3,800, let's say 3,900 different AI tools that will remove the need for you to figure out the prompt. They've taken a visual interface to that prompt creation and basically put on top of ChatGPT or any of the other AI foundations or tools that are engines that are underneath these tools. So just to give you an example of some of the things that we can do here. So these ones are featured, and you can see we have, here's one, text to speech, productivity, quizzes, customer support, proofreading, avatars, writing, portfolio websites. These are all different tools. They had 1,000 tools there. So what they've got is they've created a whole bunch of tools for example, let's say we need to write email. I'm just going to put an email copy and let's see what happens. These are all of the AI tools in this directory of 3,800, 3,900. These are all tools for writing email copy. All individual email tools. So just think about this. You can go and you can figure out how to do great prompts for writing an email in ChatGPT. And why don't we just do that and see what happens here. I'll open up, got a lot of tabs open here, so we'll just try and do it anyway. I'll open up a new chat here and you should be able to see ChatGPT. And right now we've got the 3.5 model. 4 is available here. I'll just keep it at 3 just for, and again, these are not optimized prompts. There's actually an AI tool for creating optimized prompts that I found, but here's a situation where we now, I'm going to take a look at this and I'm just going to say, and this is a not optimized prompt. This is just to get an output. I'm just going to ask it. I'm going to say, look, give me a couple emails that can go out to introduce the course. Be sent to, this is the worst prompt you could possibly see, okay? So if I'm just prompting ChatGPT, what it does is I just asked it for 3 emails. I said, hey, give me 3 emails, and it's to launch of a new course. And I didn't customize the prompts. They're awful prompts, just understand that. And it gave me 3 emails. So this is something that I would have had to write manually in the past, not something that's generated for me. I can customize these, but you can see that we've actually got an email that can be used at a bare minimum to go out and start getting people interested or at least introduced to a brand new course. And it's even got it so it looks like it's coming from a single person, and I didn't engineer the prompts at all. So I have 3 emails that they're here in a series. And if I wanted to, I could get a lot better, and I'll actually go through a framework. If I don't get time to do it today, I'll do another video up on it, on the way to create the best prompts for ChatGPT. But here's a situation where I'm looking and going, okay, great, I got 3 emails, that's enough. But what about if I really want to get serious about the emails? What about if I really want to build a series of emails for a cold launch or follow-up emails, or introduce it into a newsletter, or have an onboarding series or a thank you series that goes out after someone's purchased? I could do prompts individually and try and figure them out and put them all together. Or one of the other things you could do is go and look for an email writing tool like we just did. Pick one of these And many of those ones will actually have the ability to create a series without us having to prompt. And so let's take a look at one of them that I've used in the past. So let's open one up here. I think I've got it here. I'm just trying to pick the rest, the bite one. The one that makes sense. Here, I'll do this one. Here's one. Here's one called hoppycopy.co. Here's one. It's an AI-powered tool, and all that it does is it writes email copy. So I think I have an account on this one here, and if you haven't, it's hoppycopy.co. I'll put the links below so that you have them. But this one, let me just see if I can log in. I'm pretty sure I can on this one. I think I have a free account here just to get started. Yeah, absolutely. So here's one. I'm on the free plan. You can create a free plan, get into it. But they have, for example, a whole product launch email series. It's done for us. So if I wanted to open that one up, and this one, of course, I don't have my free version in, so let's try this again. My apologies on this one. Let's do this one. We'll do them. See if we got, let's do, trying to find one that would be the best one. Campaigns or automations, which ones I have access to. Seeing if I have one that I can use on my free plan. Oh, didn't work on this one. My apologies. I didn't have one set up. I thought I had one set up on this. If you're opening another account, just to give you an idea so that you have it, is they do have the series here, and I'll open up one of the other ones from the other site. And there we go. Look at that coupon, 30% discount for 12 months. What I want to get across to you is that instead of us having to manually prompt ChatGPT, you're in a situation where you can use one of the templates that they have, and they will create emails and or a series of emails for a campaign. So these are ones that are done from marketers, and they realize that, hey, as a marketer, someone's launching a new book, someone's launching a new course, someone's launching a brand new product. There's a whole bunch of emails that they have to use. They've even put in as well, if you take a look at this Pain Agitate solution, they've even put in some of the structures or the some of the recognized marketing structures for introducing or value propositions, that kind of thing. They're already in here, whether it's the AIDA or the PASS, those models, different ones. And again, these are all templates and they're adding to them all of the time. Let me just see if we've, let me go to, there's one. So let's email copy. What about ones where we need to do an actual course creation? Let's say we've got a PowerPoint presentation, or we want to capture the video for PowerPoint, but we don't have a great PowerPoint that can help us out. So if you wanted to, we could go and take a look at Pitch Deck. Here's one for pitch decks as an example. So these will actually create pitch decks for you to pitch an idea if you wanted to. If we went and said, one for PowerPoint presentations. These are all ones for PowerPoint presentations. So again, these ones are so simple. You can give it a word or a phrase or a sentence, and it will ask you or prompt you for who it's for, what it's about, and it will actually create the entire pitch deck for you, or the entire PowerPoint presentation. So really, really, really powerful tools that are set up specifically to remove you from having to come up becoming a prompt engineer. So which ones can you use, or which ones should you use? Why don't I go and take a look at some of the ones that I played around with here, and bookmark just so that you can see some of them that are going on. Let me go to my bookmark manager and we'll just take a look and see what's coming up with those. And let's go to, just opening up some of the other ones. Let's do some, and I just want to show you this one as well. There's an AI for that, is one of these directories as well. Here's another one called toolify.ai. And this one is, again, a directory of AI tools. And you can see that these ones are a little bit different. They've got it set up for a directory as well. They've got 1400 as opposed to the 3800, but they've got them broken down into some additional pieces that allow you to have a little better idea as to what the actual tool is about. So as an example, if you're writing blog posts for your course or your membership site, you want to make sure they're SEO optimized. You can go and take a look at all of the tools that will help you make sure that that you've actually got the SEO done properly. And just the other thing to just remember here too is that even though we're looking at tools here, some of the plugins that you are using on your WordPress site or in your membership site may already have some of these features started to be built in. So for example, if you go to Rank Math, which is one of the popular, probably the most popular SEO tool or plugin on WordPress right now, Rank Math has an AI tool built into it. So you don't even have to go outside of the training site or the WordPress site you've created to use an SEO tool. It's actually built into the tool. But if you are writing blog posts and you maybe writing them for a customer or a client or someone outside of your site, not within the WordPress site, here's a great tool or a place to find out some of the different tools that are available for you. Email assistance. Let's take a look at this one. No Mail, I've seen that one before. So that one helps you with emails. More meetings, more revenue, less friction. Cold emails at scale. So for writing cold emails. Again, things that were really, really hard to do normally, but now allow you to do it. Now, a lot of these are all in the space of copywriting or writing good copy. I did want to show you actually one that, again, that we ran into today. And I haven't signed up for this one yet, but it's one that I'll probably spend some time on. But actually, let's go to the bookmarks there again, because I bookmarked it. It's in the copy. So Grammarly is one of the tools that you may have heard of before for fixing up your grammar option, obviously for writing any of the content that you write in your business or in your daily life. So it fixes up your grammar. They've actually just introduced Grammarly Go, which is an AI tool now that works alongside of Grammarly. So it will actually not only correct your text, it's actually going to give you AI generated text now as well. So helping you write the most, Grammarly Go today with paid plan or free website wherever available. So this one's kind of neat because Grammarly is a plugin that works in your browser, and it will actually allow you to or help you create additional variations of what you're trying to write and phrase it in the tone that you want. So you're not only stuck, you don't have to use the traditional tone that you have. You can tell it, look, I want a casual tone, I want it informal, I want it to make it sound confident or less assertive or more assertive, and it will actually do that for you and rewrite it. So that was another example of one that came up as well. Let me just grab if you have any questions again, or if you haven't looked at these before, I just want to spend some time. Let me go and open up this here. Yeah, so I just wanted to, the point I'm trying to get across here is that there are a ton of tools that you have available now. And the idea is that you have to find some that are specific to the task that you have on hand. Even though you'll hear ChatGPT all the time, I don't think you should get overly hung up on that one being the only one. Try and find any of the others, take a look at them and see which are the ones that I could use for the task that is appropriate for me and that helps me get my job done. Take a look at a couple of them and start using them. And they are either going to get a lot better or they're going to get a lot worse or just disappear because they don't get any traction or they're not making money, or they're going to get picked up by the faster growing tools who will start to amalgamate and collect or purchase or basically assume the intellectual property of these smaller tools and build them into their own tools. So you've got to get involved. You got to spend some time with them. You've got to learn how to use them, but more importantly, understand what you're using them for in your business. Okay. So if there are any questions, let me just take a look here if any of them have come up, and if they haven't, that's fine too. I'll do my best to answer them. Let's see if we get any questions today. Just hiding some stuff on my other screen here. No questions. That's cool. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and go to trainingsite.io if you want to see what we're doing with it. We've also got the campus, the group there, the Campus Builders group. Make sure to go and join. It's free to join, and you can get some great tutorials and also be part of the group and ask questions about how do I build training sites? How do I create and sell online courses? How do I get involved in this education business? Because it's a huge, huge, huge opportunity. I think what I'll do, there's no questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, what will I do? We'll go over. Just going to look on another screen here for a second. There we go. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'll put the list, I'm going to make a video up. I'll put the list of some of the ones that I've bookmarked and or that we use on a regular basis. And, you know, we take a look at the ones that either we've been referred to by some of the other people that either we follow or that have used the tools in the past. We'll try them and start using them. And we've got a good stack of tools now that are specific to membership sites, online courses, creating courses, editing video, for social media, web copy, even for the copy of the courses. And again, in another video that I did up, I showed you on ChatGPT how we've actually created an entire course with ChatGPT, having ChatGPT write the content for the course. So not only the syllabus, the actual course content, to have it write that out for us. So this whole thing with training sites, there's a lot of moving pieces in it, but it can be done in an automated fashion now with the right inputs from you and the right editing after the fact from you to create some wonderful content for your training and membership site. So I'm going to create a list. I'll put that in the description below. Hopefully that will help out in terms of you making some of the choices that you want. Again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Visit trainingsite.io. We got a bunch of great information there. And I want to thanks for visiting along today. I get kind of crazy on these because I have all these notes in front of me. I have all these sites I'm going to, and because they're ad hoc, non-structured, non-scripted ones, I can get off on a tangent a little bit. The one thing I just want to kind of express today is this is a wonderful time to be a content creator, a course creator, a membership site builder. We're in a huge, huge, huge opportunity, and it's just up to you to take advantage of it and hopefully using some of these tools that I shared with you today. So take care, expect the best. This is James, and we'll talk to you next week.